What's up, tech enthusiasts, and welcome back to Qualcomm Pulse. We're kicking things off with some incredible news from the medical tech world. AMD's innovative gene therapy is making waves with a groundbreaking study evaluating both eyes for neovascular, or wet, age-related macular degeneration. This first-of-its-kind research is showing that the treatment, surabgene lomparvovic, is not only safe but also incredibly effective, matching the results seen in the first eye, which is a massive win for patients and the future of eye care. Next up, gamers, get your systems ready. Gearbox has just dropped the PC system requirements for the much-anticipated Borderlands 4, and let's just say, you're going to need some serious power. We're talking about specific CPU models, hefty VRAM needs, and recommended GPUs like the NVIDIA RTX 3080 or AMD RX 6800 XT, just to hit those sweet 1080p medium to high settings. Is your rig ready for Pandora? Now let's talk stocks and the AI gold rush. Jim Cramer, the ever-watchful eye of Wall Street, has flagged Oracle's recent stock surge as strange. While Oracle is soaring on AI optimism, Cramer points out a curious disconnect. Chip giants like NVIDIA and AMD, which should be booming from this data center growth, are seemingly getting left behind. What's really going on in the AI market? And wrapping up our news blitz, we've got AMD speaking candidly about their pricing strategy. Executive VP Forrest Norrod admits they charge more for their CPUs than competitors because they offer superior value, performance, and reliability. But this frank admission raises some fascinating questions, especially when you look at their GPU market. We've got all the insights right here. Don't miss out, hit that like button, subscribe to Qualcomm Pulse, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. AMD gene therapy shows sustained efficacy in landmark 2-eye study. Get ready for a breakthrough in vision restoration. For the first time, a gene therapy targeting wet age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, has been evaluated in both eyes simultaneously, and the results are nothing short of remarkable. Investigator Dante Pieramici, MD, presented findings from a study on surabgene lomparvovic, also known as Suravec, revealing that the treatment is as safe and effective in the second eye as it was in the first. This open-label study involved 10 patients who received the gene therapy in their fellow eye a year or more after treatment in their first eye. A key concern with gene therapies is the potential for inflammatory responses or the development of neutralizing antibodies that could reduce efficacy. However, Dr. Pieramici reported, "We didn't see any of those problems," highlighting the therapy's robust safety profile. The subretinal delivery method, placing the vector beneath the retina, is thought to be a significant advantage, potentially avoiding systemic immune reactions. Suravec, an adeno-associated virusate gene vector, works by inhibiting VEGF, a protein that drives the abnormal blood vessel growth characteristic of wet AMD. The study used the same 1.3 times 10^11 dose currently in Phase 3 trials. The results showed that in the year following treatment in the fellow eye, patients required a staggering 92% fewer anti-VEGF injections on average, dropping from 8.8 annual injections to just 0.7. Remarkably, 60% of these eyes became injection-free at the 1-year mark. Even among patients who did require supplemental treatments, best-corrected visual acuity improved and central subretinal thickness decreased. For those who remained injection-free, the improvements were even more pronounced. Crucially, no serious adverse events related to the drug were reported, with only mild, transient side effects like pigment changes and conjunctival hemorrhages observed. These findings were echoed by Dina Zur, MD, president of the Israeli Retina Society, who called the data very encouraging and an important step in validating fellow eye treatment. This remarkable success in vision care is just the beginning of our tech deep dive. Stay tuned as we shift gears from medical marvels to the digital battlegrounds of gaming with a look at the demanding specs for Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 PC system requirements revealed. Are you ready? Gearheads and looter-shooter fans, brace yourselves. The PC system requirements for the highly anticipated Borderlands 4 have been unveiled, and they're not for the faint of heart. If you're looking to dive into the chaotic world of Pandora with smooth gameplay, you'll need to ensure your rig is up to snuff. At a minimum, you'll need an 8-core CPU, with the Intel Core i7-9700 or AMD Ryzen 7 2700X leading the charge. Storage-wise, prepare for a hefty download, and make sure you have at least 16 GB of RAM. For graphics, the minimum GPU specs point towards an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 or AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT, aiming for a solid 1080p resolution at 3060 FPS on low settings. But if you want the full, unadulterated Borderlands 4 experience, the recommended specs are where it's at. Gearbox recommends a more recent octa-core processor, like the AMD Ryzen 7 5800X or Intel Core i7-12700, coupled with a substantial 32 GB of RAM. For visuals, you'll want to aim for an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 or an AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT to achieve a balanced performance with medium to high detail settings at 1080p, though notably, ray tracing is not supported at this tier. These requirements signal that Borderlands 4 is pushing graphical boundaries, promising a visually rich and detailed experience that will demand top-tier hardware to run at its best. Can your PC handle the next-gen wasteland? We'll find out soon enough. But first, let's switch gears to the world of finance and AI, as Jim Cramer weighs in on Oracle's surprising market performance. Cramer calls Oracle rally strange amidst AI boom disconnect. Wall Street is buzzing about the AI revolution, but not everyone is convinced about the market's current narrative. CNBC's Jim Cramer has raised eyebrows, labeling the recent rally in Oracle stock as strange due to a peculiar disconnect with key semiconductor players like NVIDIA and AMD. Oracle has emerged as a dark horse in the AI race, with investors betting heavily on its cloud infrastructure to compete with giants like Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure. This optimism has propelled ORCL stock to significant gains, even surpassing analyst expectations on earnings. Typically, such a surge in AI-driven demand would translate into substantial benefits for chip manufacturers, who are the backbone of data center growth. However, Cramer points out that NVIDIA, the undisputed leader in AI chips, and its competitor AMD have shown minimal movement, failing to capitalize on the AI enthusiasm surrounding Oracle. Cramer's observation, posted on X, highlights a potential skepticism among investors about whether Oracle's growth will actually lead to significant chip orders, especially given existing supply constraints and backlogs at companies like NVIDIA. Furthermore, the semiconductor market is already trading at near-record highs after a prolonged AI-fueled rally, leaving little room for sympathetic gains without new catalysts. This divergence suggests that investors are being highly selective, rewarding Oracle's compelling AI narrative while remaining hesitant to extend that confidence across the entire AI supply chain. Is this a sign of market caution or just a temporary anomaly? We'll keep a close eye on it, but now, let's hear directly from AMD about their own strategy and pricing. AMD admits higher CPU prices, justified by superior value. In a candid admission that has sent ripples through the tech industry, AMD's Executive VP and GM of Data Center Solutions Business Unit, Forrest Norrod, has openly stated that the company charges more for its CPUs than its competitors because they offer superior value. This frank discussion took place at a recent Goldman Sachs conference, where Norrod elaborated on AMD's successful strategy in the server CPU market. Norrod explained that the higher price point for AMD's processors is justified by the enhanced performance, reliability, and overall value proposition they deliver to customers. He highlighted AMD's remarkable growth in the server CPU market, capturing 41% share from virtually zero in about 7 years, with continued rapid expansion. This success, he asserts, is a direct result of offering technology that customers are willing to pay a premium for. While Norrod didn't name Intel, the implication was clear, underscoring AMD's confidence in its product's superiority. However, the conversation takes a more complex turn when considering AMD's position in the GPU market. While AMD's high-end Ryzen CPUs, particularly those with 3D V-Cache, command premium prices. Their current Radeon RX 9070 XD graphics card, priced around $700, faces stiff competition from NVIDIA's RTX 4070 and 4070 Ti. Despite offering strong rasterization performance, AMD's GPUs often lag behind NVIDIA in features like ray tracing and upscaling. This pricing strategy, coupled with reports of AMD producing GPUs in lower volumes to ensure sellouts and maintain profit margins, raises questions about whether gamers will see price reductions even if AMD achieves parity or superiority in GPU performance. The limited competition in the high-end GPU market, dominated by AMD and NVIDIA, is seen as a factor contributing to the sustained high prices for consumers. AMD's strategy is clear: deliver value and charge accordingly. But what does this mean for the future of competitive pricing in the tech landscape? We'll wrap it all up in our lightning round recap. And that's a wrap on today's Qualcomm Pulse. We saw AMD's gene therapy achieve remarkable success in a 2i study. Borderlands 4 revealed its demanding PC specs. Jim Cramer questioned Oracle's rally, while NVIDIA and AMD lagged, and AMD candidly explained its premium CPU pricing strategy. Make sure to smash that like button if you found this update valuable, subscribe to Qualcomm Pulse for more cutting-edge tech news, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. Also, follow us on all our social media channels for even more exclusive content and discussions. We'll see you in the next one.